Doing anything? I gotta restart. Sorry.
Fine, buddy.
Is that, oh, shit! All right, we're back with Stephen Bove, and we are going to review the deadlift technique. Before we actually get to the barbell, I'd like to review the hinge. All right, so what I'm going to actually have Stephen do is we're going to go to the wall. In terms of bracing at the abdomen, if you want to look at how we teach the abdominal brace, go back to Paul's video on the squat, and you can learn about it there. All right, so what I'm going to have Stephen do is I'm going to have him actually step to the wall. I want his butt on the wall. I want his heels on the wall. Okay. Upper back on the wall, and his head on the wall. Okay? Now from here, I want him to try to get into that brace position with the core engaged, the glutes on. Okay, this is pretty good. He's pretty neutral right now. And I want him to try to keep that rigid core as we hinge. Okay? When we hinge, the pelvis is moving around the femur, not the opposite. Okay, we're not doing a squat, we're not bringing the femur around the pelvis in rotation. So what I'm having him do now is I want him to take about a 6-inch step forward. Perfect. Now I want you to unlock the knees a little bit. So we're not necessarily bending the knees, just loosen them up a little bit. Now, keeping an engaged glute, engaged core, I want him to put his hands on his legs. Okay, I want him to lock out at the elbows. And I want him to just go ahead and send the butt back, keeping the elbows locked, until he touches the wall. Boom, stop there. Okay, go back to starting. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more of those hinges. Perfect. As you are going back, sending the butt back, you should feel a little tension in the hamstrings. That is perfect. Stand. Awesome. Cool. Ready for the barbell?
Yep.
Alright, so now that we know how to hinge, we're going to put a little bit of weight on the bar. I'm going to have Stephen go ahead. I want him to step underneath the bar. I want his feet directly underneath of his hips. Okay? If you think about it, when you're doing a conventional deadlift, we're not even going to touch the sumo today, but when you do a conventional deadlift, you're pretty much in your jumping stance. So if I think about, don't even think about my deadlift position, I run forward and I go to jump, okay, where do my feet land? Right under the hips. Okay, that's where I teach the conventional deadlift. So feet are under the hips, straight forward. He's about a 1/2 inch to an inch away from the bar. Okay, you see that? Now we're going to try to keep the bar from moving until we're ready to actually pick it up. So from here, what I'm going to have Stevie do, keeping neutral at his spine, I'm going to have him bend at the waist and go down and grip the bar. Okay, now there's still going to be a little space between the bar and his shins. Okay, but we're not ready to deadlift. What I'm going to have him do now is I want him to pull into the bar. Perfect, right there. That's where I want him to stay. Now at this point, lift the chin a little bit. Perfect. At this point, he's ready to hinge, okay? He's going to engage his lats, okay? I want you to pretend like you're breaking the bar around your shins, okay? As you stand up, your hips should not move, okay? They shouldn't move up, they shouldn't move down. These are locked into place. Go ahead and stand up straight. Perfect. Now, stay there. On the way down, we need to do the opposite, okay? He's going to break at the hip, engage the lats, bend the knee, and we're back to approximately where he started at. Let's do 1 more rep, up and down. Use those lats, and down. Perfect. So, let's talk about hand position and what that does to your deadlift. When we are going for a heavy max, something really heavy, 90% or higher, I'm fine with my athletes going with a mixed grip as long as they're flexing the tricep, okay? The reason being is when you actually are set here and you're in a pronated grip, internally rotated, I externally rotate, okay? And I'm a little bit farther, okay? So I create an imbalance with the limb length. A little bit more weight on the bicep, I flex that bicep, you see a tear right away, okay? And you see a lot of powerlifters actually develop these bicep tears when they're doing a mixed grip deadlift. So, when I'm having my athletes do volume work, anything with a higher rep, under 90%, I prefer a straight pronated grip. Whether it's without a hook grip or with a hook grip, that's kind of personal choice depending on how strong your grip strength is, okay? With a hook grip, what we're actually doing is we're putting the thumb underneath of the fingers, okay? What we're actually, if you actually want to take a look at his fingers, he has his thumb underneath of his four fingers. What that's going to do, that's going to trap his thumb. Basically, it's going to hurt a little bit, but you're not going to lose the barbell. So go ahead and just perform a deadlift that way. Awesome. Okay, and the heavier the weight gets, the more it's going to hurt the thumb, but this is part of the game. You go back down. Okay. Depending on how strong your grip is, I'm okay with your volume work, including straps. I think straps are very beneficial. They save your hands a lot, and if you do have a strong grip, like myself, I never fail a deadlift because my grip's not strong enough. That never happens. So when I do my high volume sets, I usually throw the straps on. That's completely fine.